Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. My lawn got beat up by Muhammad Ali. Glad to be back with you guys, even if it is under kind of sad circumstances, as my yard is jacked. I've been filming, I just haven't had time to stop and edit anything. So instead of doing like all those different videos and like updating it, I'm just gonna put all that into this video, make this video a little longer, so you're gonna get a little bit of different things in here, and just tell you guys how I went from this to this. Essentially all this started about 3 to 4 weeks ago, when I just had made the what is a liquid aeration video, talking about what liquid aeration actually is compared to a physical aeration, because they're two different things, but it's still good for you in a different way than physical aeration. And I was coming out and checking out the lawn, and I noticed that some of the fungus that we had got rid of was starting to creep its way back in. Quick lawn update. What we're looking at is starting to get that disease creeping back in. It did heal up from our previous treatment, and now it's starting to creep on back in right now. I'm gonna put down a fungus treatment, and let's see, this area over here is pretty fine. Back by the shed in here is pretty fine, but and then this backside on this other half of the tree is okay too. It's just in this middle section of the lawn, which I call zone 2. It's just in zone 2, and like the fungus stops about right here, and you have little spots on through. I'm gonna put down a treatment pretty soon, and like I'm trying to keep everything pretty beginner friendly, and trying not to use anything that you have to order online to get, you know, like Heritage or anything. I want to keep it beginner friendly as far as all the products I put on my yard this year. I've seen a lot of videos on bio advanced lawn fungus control. It comes in a bottle that's hose and sprayer, just hooks on, and you spray. It covers 5,000 square feet, which this whole yard is about 4,500. If you have issues, it covers about 3,500 to 2,500. So I'm planning on just spraying zone 2 with it, so that one bottle should be enough. Fungus is a new thing to me. In previous years when I got fungus, I just kind of blew it off as the grass is just dying, but now I'm actually looking into what the issue is. I'm trying stuff out. Trying to get this lawn on through the summer, trying to keep it in good shape, keep it green, keep it healthy. The fact that I noticed the fungus was starting to creep back in, I felt pretty proud of myself. You know, I was like, okay, I'm starting to get the hang of noticing this stuff, of noticing when changes in my lawn are happening. I'm on top of the game. It happened over a month since I applied the Disease X, and it's good to put down your fungicides every 4 to 6 weeks, I've heard. The issue was that I wanted to apply it by the book. So I had to wait, and that wait was about 10 days. Battery. And during those 10 days, a lot changed. The fungus spread, and it spread like crazy. And so I kind of hoped that with applying the product, I'll be able just to cut down the spread. So the active ingredient in this is propiconazole, which is 2.42% of propiconazole. And this treats just basically all lawn diseases. You don't really need to know exactly the disease you have. You don't really have to know that. As I'm standing here, it's starting to rain. It's not supposed to rain today. So I'm standing here sprinkling. I don't know if you can see it on camera. Well, that's great. It's supposed to rain at 12 o'clock now. You're not supposed to put this down if you're expecting heavy rainfall in 24 hours. Right now, it's 9 in the morning. So this should be good and dry by then, and it's protected from rain within 1 hour. So this will give it a couple of hours to kind of get ready, provides a 30-day protection. I'm going to go around. We're going to spray now. And just as I'm spraying, I'm gonna make sure that I'm giving extra attention on the spots where I see the disease active, and I'm gonna wet those and spray those really good, really good. So everything else will get to get like a light mist just to wet it. But the spots to where the disease is active, I'm gonna spray a good amount down there. So at that point, I had applied that product. I'm expecting things to start to turn around. And I come out a few days later and the lawn has two big light dark brown spots where it's just kind of too orange and too brown to be just dormant or dead grass. Like something was going on with it that I hadn't seen before. Like it wasn't like how the fungus looked, to where I could see the blades of the leaf were turning into mold or was becoming mushy and dying off. It was different. So at that point I kind of panicked. Maybe the reason I have this issue every year is because it's actually grubs and the grub X is not actually preventing them like I think. So I was like, let's just apply a grub killer and see if that helps. The area to where we are getting, we had fungus here originally, or at least I thought it was fungus. Then after I put down the fungicide, I came back and these spots turned like really dark brown. It was a little different to me because I hadn't seen like dark brown. It normally turns like a light brown and then like it would come back in the fall, but these turned like dark brown. That's a little weird. It doesn't look like the fungus I'm seeing. So I wanted to use a grub just in case what I'm thinking is fungus is actually grubs. I don't have that trained eye yet to know this is grubs and this is fungus. I don't know that yet. So better safe than sorry. If you're putting down for fungus and you're not really sure if it's fungus, you should treat for grubs too, because they can look very similar to a lot of people. I'm just gonna water this in. For each zone is set on 25 minutes. So we got, it's actually starting in zone 3 back here at 25 minutes, then zone 2 right here, 25 minutes. And then I'm gonna actually have to move the hose on zone 2 to zone 1 and do the 25 minutes there. That'll water that in, and hopefully that kind of helps the spread of what I'm starting to believe is grubs. And once everything all cleared up, we're looking like what we are now. And it definitely was something that was gonna keep spreading because it spread from the 2 spots in front of the patio outward very quickly. In like a week, very quickly. The lawn is looking very hungry, so I am going to spoon feed it, put down a little bit of nitrogen on it because you guys convinced me to spoon feed, so I'm gonna do that. Pretty sure the next lawn video, the lawn should look better as far as like health. Like of course those dormant / dead spots, which I'm pretty sure most of that is dead. Some of it is dormant probably from the heat, but a lot of it's dead. I do want to say that zone 3 of my lawn, this part back behind me here, it has never looked this good. This is normally the part, because it doesn't get as much shade, as much sun, this is normally the part of the lawn that looks the worst, and it looks the best that it's looked before. Looks good. It gives me hope for what zone 1 and 2 would look like next year once I now know to put down fungicide regularly. And of course next year I'll put down pre-emergent so I won't have those weeds. Things to keep perspective on just where you are, where you started, and what your game plan is. Because now that this has happened, I know now for the future what to look for. I know that I need to get herbicides on my lawn consistently and quickly. I know that I need to start my herbicides earlier, and I need to make sure that I'm not pushing that 4-week mark that the herbicides last for. This time I pushed it to 6 and I paid for it. I'm gonna tell you guys this, and I'm not really gonna tell anybody else because it's just between us. I probably shouldn't have taken my eyes off my lawn for that long, especially during the heat. That really was the time that I should have really honed in and, you know, locked in on it. But instead I was kind of taking that time as a vacation when the stress that we've been preparing for actually got here. When it got here, I wasn't here. And I'm paying for it. This is how this kind of came about. Like, and I know that you guys are probably like, there's no way he's happy with this yard. It looks horrible and all that, but you guys don't understand how happy I am that my lawn even looks like this in July compared to most years. To me, this shape goes to show that the extra steps I've been taking consistently this year are working. Because right now, my lawn is normally, every step of my lawn looks worse than this. Every part of it looks more bare than this because the heat just hammers it and hammers it. And so to me, it gives me a couple of things. It tells me that one, the grass seed I put down, the night shift, is a premium, it's a good seed. It's a good seed to have in the transition zone. All cool season grass is not good to have in the transition zone. The extra steps I'm taking are working because the lawn does not normally look this good at this point in the year. So I'm using this as a motivation for what I know I got to do in the fall and what I know I got to do heading into next year, because I'm going to make sure that this looks 10 times better next year now that I know more of what I'm doing. I have a game plan of what I'm going to do going forward to make sure that more of this survives. And when I get to the fall, I'm giving myself the best chance to get that healthy lawn that I want. And that game plan starts with